Just who is Roger Federer's fourth round opponent at the Australian Open? Who is Márton Fucsovics? Well, my name is Aaron Knapp. Welcome to Tennis Talk Daily, and I am going to be your personal tennis talker. And our topic today is who the heck is Márton Fucsovics? And I'm sure you were wondering, he's not exactly a big name. He qualified for the first round at the Australian Open. He is a 25-year-old Hungarian tennis player, turned pro in 2010. He's 6'2", he has a two-handed backhand. He starts to deliver sort of recordable results in 2013, and for a good basically 3 and a half years, Fucsovics struggled. And does not have any good results on his record. Just occasionally he beat people inside the top 100, but otherwise, he was getting beaten by people outside the top 100. But he seems to have had a breakthrough. Something in 2017, basically. His win over Hao Sousa in North Carolina in 2017 was suggestive, and then he beat the young Russian sensation Andrei Rublev in Budapest in 5 sets. Now, Andrei Rublev is the 37th, the world 37. And that was on clay. Well, then he had a very good run at Basel just a few months ago, and on the way to the quarterfinal, beat Leonardo Mayer, ultimately fell to Márton Cilic, the Croatian, in a pretty close match with 2 tiebreaks. Now, here at the Australian Open, Fucsovics has pulled off something of an upset. He beat the American Sam Querrey, the world number 13, the 13th seed, in the second round. Maybe it's relevant for you to know that Roger Federer has met Sam Querrey 3 times and beat him all 3 times as well. But there's been no huge upset. He didn't play any qualifiers in the first couple of rounds of Fucsovics, but his competition has not been particularly stiff, with the exception of Sam Querrey, who is a challenging and very effective, strong tennis player. So Roger Federer has never met Márton Fucsovics in a professional tennis match or otherwise, I think. But it does seem that there's not going to be a lot of trouble for Federer here. I mean, anything is possible. We know that. We've mentioned that before. But Fucsovics is having a great year, and he is really, he's made a name for himself. The very fact that he's facing Federer, he's into the 4th round, and he's facing Federer is is an amazing result for him. I think he made something like $14,000 or $15,000 in prize money for the entirety of 2017. I guess playing small tournaments and whatnot, but maybe that figure is low. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not the correct figure. It is what I read, I believe, on the ATP site. But already into the 4th round of the Australian, he's going to have a nice big check waiting for him relative to what he's used to. So he's going to be doing very, very well, or his career is on the upswing. Now, the question of whether he can get the better of Roger Federer is sort of a distinct question, and you know what? It's really not a likely scenario, and in fact, I wish Federer was facing a stiffer competition. That seems to be what gets him sort of rolling and into the rhythm and on fire, are these really competitive matches. I believe he had a 5-set with Nishikori in the 4th round of the 2017 Aussie Open. And he had a bunch of long matches. Those matches are coming. Now, I'm not sure it's going to be a 4 I'm very confident it's going to be a straight set victory for Roger Federer against this relative unknown Fucsovics. There's just no precedent that this guy could actually perform at the level of a Roger Federer. So it's very likely to be done in a fairly short time within a straight sets, sort of paradigm. So that's what Federer will do. That's what we expect him to do, and we will of course be looking for his form in other respects as well. So we've got some great matches coming up tonight. There's going to be the Nadal match. It's in the top half of the draw, the fourth round. We got Nadal versus Diego Schwartzman, Cilic versus Carina Busta. We're going to later in the wee hours get Dimitrov versus Kyrgios. We're going to have Christmas presents tomorrow morning. We're going to have Edmund versus Seppi. So those are going to be the matches to watch tonight. Obviously, we're looking closely at Nadal just to confirm that he really is on, and I know we haven't actually been focusing too much on the top half of the draw, to be quite honest with you. We've been looking pretty heavily at the bottom half where Federer is, but Nadal is obviously on fire, doing a fantastic job on the court and just really playing well with an intuitive element that is he's in the zone. Cilic, I've said again now, Matt over at Coffee Break Tennis and a number of the other, the people that I read, or the articles that I read in this connection, they aren't giving much attention to Cilic, but I think he's actually a good pick to put into the quarterfinal with Nadal. I mean, that's not a controversial thing. I mean, he probably will get through Carina Busta. Now, stranger things have happened. Marin Cilic has fallen to lesser players than Carina Busta, but he will probably get through to the quarterfinals, and that's going to be a great match between Nadal and Cilic, which is the prediction. I believe Cilic has beaten Nadal before. I'll have to check on that, but in any case, and then day 8, I guess it is when we're going to see the Federer fourth round match with Fucsovics. Now, it's going to be great. We're going to be, sending our, we got sort of positive energy. We're sending out to Roger Federer, but we're sending out, positive energy to all the players. God bless all the players. It's astounding what they do and the risks they take, the personal risks they take by going out there every night in a game that, in the ultimate and final analysis, is quite unpredictable. But all I can say is I'm so grateful they do it. I love to watch them play, and I very deeply appreciate what I consider to be both a sport and an art. And I just love and appreciate watching these artists, and Roger Federer in particular. He is really the one with the artistry there, but the other players have it to a degree as well. Nadal and Djokovic are obviously more physical players. Maybe Djokovic is somewhere in the middle of that continuum. But in any case, we've got a lot more tennis commentary. Please subscribe to the channel. This is where you're going to get the essential commentary from someone who is, not an active athlete right now, but who knows tennis and who's been observing tennis for a long time. I believe that I can give you the essential before it happens, sometimes after it happens, the stuff you're not getting in other places. So subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.